Hello students, myself Dr. Muhammad Ahmed. I welcome you all to the 22nd lecture of Mathematics 1. Students, in the previous lecture, we have seen radius of curvature for parametric curve. So before that, we have seen radius of curvature for Cartesian curve. So just we will revise those two topics, that is radius of curvature for Cartesian curve and radius of curvature for parametric curve. Then we'll go for today's topic, that is radius of curvature for polar curve, right? So what is radius of curvature for Cartesian curve? So let us quickly revise that. So if the given curve is of the form y equals to f of x, right? The given curve is of the form y equals to f of x. What is y equals to f of x? Y equals to f of x is a Cartesian curve. In the question, directly a relation between x and y is given, then you have to understand that the given curve is a Cartesian curve and the radius of curvature for this Cartesian curve is given by 1 plus y dash square whole power 3 by 2 by y double dash. This is the radius of curvature for Cartesian curve y equals to f of x. Suppose instead of this, the given curve is of the form x equals to f of t and y equals to some g of t, right? If the given curve is of this form, that is x and y both are related to some other parameter t, then the radius of curvature for this is given by rho equals to x dash square plus y dash square whole power 3 by 2 by x dash y double dash minus y dash x double dash, right? This is the formula for evaluating radius of curvature when the given curve is a parametric curve. Right? So here what is y dash and y double dash? Here y dash is dy by dx, derivative of y with respect to x, and y double dash is second order derivative of y with respect to x. Here what is x dash? X dash is nothing but derivative of x with respect to t, and y dash is derivative of y with respect to t. Similarly, second order derivatives, right? So this we have seen in the previous two classes for evaluating radius of curvature if the given curve is Cartesian curve and the given curve is parametric curve. Now in today's class, we are going to see if the given curve is a polar curve, that is the given curve will be a relation between r and theta, then how to evaluate radius of curvature for that. So I'm going to put the side heading radius of curvature for polar curve, right? This is the today's topic, radius of curvature for polar curve. So how it is defined? Suppose the given curve is, let the given curve is r equals to f of theta, right? Instead of x and y, if r and theta relation is given in the question, then such relation, such form of the curve, such form of the equation is called as polar form of the given curve, right? R equals to f of theta. Then radius of curvature is given by how it is defined? Rho equals to, the formula for finding radius of curvature is rho equals to r square plus r dash square whole power 3 by 2 by r square plus 2r dash square minus r double dash, right? This is the formula for finding radius of curvature when the given equation or given curve is a polar curve. So what is r? Already it will be given in the question, r equals to f of theta, right? What we have to find? We have to find r square and also we have to find r dash square, then we have to substitute everything. So basically we have to find from the given equation r equals to f of theta, we have to evaluate r dash as well as r double dash. then we have to substitute r, r dash and r double dash in the given equation, given form, in the formula for finding the radius of curvature. So r we have to substitute here, r dash here, r again here, r dash here, r and r double dash. So all these three things we have to substitute in the formula to find the radius of curvature if the given curve is a polar curve, right? So you have to by heart this formula. You see that this is the formula for finding radius of curvature when the given curve is a Cartesian curve, and this is the formula for finding radius of curvature when the given curve is parametric curve, and this is the formula for finding radius of curvature when the given curve is a polar curve, right? So we'll see a few problems related to this to understand how to find the radius of curvature for polar curve. So let us see the problems. First problem, find the radius of curvature of the curve r equals to a sin theta plus b cos theta at theta equals to pi by 2, at theta equals to pi by 2. So what is the given equation of the curve? And this question was asked in December 2013 and it was asked for 2 marks, that is SAQ. So we'll see the solution of this. So what we have to do, we have to find the radius of curvature for which curve? The given curve is of the form r equals to f of theta. You observe this, you observe this equation, r equals to a into sin theta plus b into cos theta. It is of the form, it is a function of theta, right? A sin theta plus b cos theta is a function of theta. So r equals to f of theta form, that is polar curve is given to us. So given r equals to a sin theta plus b cos theta, this is given to us, right? So it is a polar curve. For polar curve we know that the radius of curvature is given by, just now we have seen the formula, the radius of curvature for polar curve is given by rho equals to r square, r dash square whole power 3 by 2 by r square plus 2 r dash square minus r into r double dash. So what we need here, r is already given to us, r is a sin theta plus b cos theta, this is r, right? What we need r dash, we need r double dash. What is r and what is r dash and r double dash? So I forgot to write in the formula, where what is r dash? R dash is nothing but derivative of r with respect to theta, dr by d theta. And what is r double dash? R double dash is the second order derivative of r with respect to theta, right? So r dash is dr by d theta, r double dash is second order derivative d square r by d theta square. So we have to evaluate r dash and r double dash. R is given to us, so let us evaluate and substitute in this formula. We have to evaluate r dash and r double dash and substitute in this formula, right? So so differentiate this with respect to theta. What we will get? R dash equals to, a will be as it is, derivative of sin theta with respect to theta is cos theta plus b as it is, and derivative of cos theta with respect to theta is minus sin theta, right? So which is a cos theta minus b sin theta, it will be. So r dash equals to a cos theta minus b sin theta, right? So similarly we have to find r double dash, means we have to differentiate r dash once again. So if we differentiate r dash once again, what we will get? R double dash, which is equals to a as it is, cos theta, derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta, derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta, minus b as it is, derivative of sin theta, derivative of sin theta is cos theta, right? So what we will get? Minus a sin theta minus b cos theta, right? So we got r dash also we got r double dash. Already r is given to be this, r dash we got to be this, and r double dash we got to be this, right? Now see, we have to evaluate the radius of curvature at some particular point theta equals to pi by 2. We are not asked to evaluate the radius of curvature at any point. If the question is evaluate the radius of curvature at any point, then what we have to do, we have to substitute this r, r dash and r double dash directly in the formula. Already I told you in the previous 2 classes, if any point is given, then while evaluating, it may be y dash, it may be y double dash, or it may be x dash, x double dash, y double dash. In the previous 2 cases, we have to substitute the given point, right? After evaluation of those 2, we have to substitute the given point in y dash, y double dash, then we have to substitute, right? If point is not given, directly we have to substitute. If point is given, then the point has to be substituted in the values of r, r dash and r double dash. So at theta equals to pi by 2, let us substitute theta equals to pi by 2 in r. At theta equals to pi by 2, we get what we get here, r equals to a into sine pi by 2. I am substituting theta equals to pi by 2 in r, that is a into sine pi by 2 plus b into cos pi by 2. So simplify this, a into what is sine pi by 2? Sine pi by 2 is nothing but sine 90. Sine 0 is 1, sine 0 is 0 and sine 90 is 1. So sine pi by 2, sine 90, it will be 1 plus b into cos 90. Cos 0 is 1 and cos 90 is 0. So what we will get? R is a. We got r to be a. Now substitute theta equals to pi by 2 in r dash. So r dash will be a into cos pi by 2 minus b into sine pi by 2. So simplify this, what will happen? A into cos 90 is 0 minus b into sine 90 is 1. So what we will get? Minus b. R dash we got to be minus b. Similarly, what is r double dash? So substitute theta equals to pi by 2 in r double dash. Then what will happen? Minus a into sine theta, sine pi by 2 minus b into cos pi by 2. This will be minus a into sine 90 is 1 minus b into cos 90 is 0. So what we will get? Minus a. So we got r to be a, r dash to be minus b and r double dash to be minus a. So we have to substitute all these values in the formula. So now radius of curvature for polar curve, because the given curve is polar curve. So radius of curvature for polar curve is, what is the formula? Rho equals to r square plus r dash square whole power 3 by 2 by r square plus 2r dash square minus r double dash. This is the formula for radius of curvature for polar curve. Already we have evaluated r at theta equals to pi by 2, r dash at theta equals to pi by 2, r double dash at theta equals to pi by 2, and the values are, r value is a, r dash value is minus b, r double dash value is minus a. All those values we have to substitute here and simplify. Then we will get the radius of curvature at the point theta equals to pi by 2 for the given curve. So this is r square, is r is a, no? So a square plus r dash square, r dash is minus b, so minus b whole square, and whole power 3 by 2. This is divided with r square is again a square plus 2 into r dash square, r dash is minus b whole square minus r is a, r double dash is minus a. So let us simplify this. What will happen? A square plus minus b whole square is nothing but b square whole power 3 by 2. This is divided with, see here minus a minus a is there. So minus a into minus a is plus a square. Already 1a square is there. So what we'll get? 2a square plus 2 into minus b whole square is nothing but b square. So little bit simplification we can do here. So what we'll get? Rho equals to a square plus b square whole power 3 by 2 is divided with 2 can be taken out. What will remain? A square plus b square. Now this is equal to 1 by 2 into a square plus b square whole power 3 by 2 minus 1, because in the denominator and numerator same term is there, a square plus b square. In the numerator power is 3 by 2 and in the denominator power is 1. If you take the denominator term upside, then what will happen? In the numerator if you take, then 3 by 2 minus 1 we will get. This is equal to 1 by 2. See, 3 by 2 minus 1 is nothing but 1 by 2. So what we'll get? A square plus b square under root of a square plus b square. Here what will remain? This, when you simplify this 3 by 2 minus 1, you will get 1 by 2 here. 1 by 2 is nothing but square root. So the radius of curvature is given by 1 by 2 square root of a square plus b square. So this is how we solve the problems related to radius of curvature for polar curve. So what is the given question? Given question is find the radius of curvature for the curve r equals to a into sin theta plus b into cos theta at theta equals to pi by 2. So this is the given curve r. We have differentiated this to get the values of r dash. So we got r dash to be a cos theta minus b sin theta. We have to differentiate this once again. Then we will get r double dash, which is minus a sin theta minus b cos theta, right? Because the given question is like we have to find the radius of curvature at some specific point theta equals to pi by 2. So that's why we have to substitute this theta equals to pi by 2 in r dash and r double dash. So when we substituted r theta equals to pi by 2 in r, we got it to be a. In r dash we got it to be minus b. In r double dash we got it to be minus a. Now the formula already discussed. The formula for finding radius of curvature if the given curve is a polar curve is given by r square plus r dash square whole power 3 by 2 by r square plus 2r dash square minus r into r double dash. So we have to substitute the values of r dash and r double dash in this. So here we have substituted. Little bit simplification will give us the radius of curvature to be 1 by 2 square root of a square plus b square. So now we are going to see the second problem in radius of curvature for polar curve. Let us see the second problem. Okay, the second problem is given by find the radius of curvature at any point r comma theta on the cardioid r equals to a into 1 plus cos theta, and hence show that rho square by r is a constant, right? This is the given question, and this question was asked in June 2017, and this question was asked for 5 marks LAQ question, right? The last question that we have seen, sometimes it was asked, sometimes it may be asked for 2 marks or sometimes it may be asked for 5 marks but generally such a small questions will be asked for, such a simple questions will be asked for 2 marks. Now this kind of questions will be asked for 5 marks. Let us understand the question. Find the radius of curvature at any point. So here specific point is not given, whereas in the previous problem specific point was given, that is theta equals to some pi by 2 was given. Here the point is not given. We are asked to evaluate, we are asked to find the radius of curvature at any point r comma theta. So in general we have to find. The meaning is you have to remember that if a point is given, then after evaluation of r dash and r double dash, you have to substitute you have to substitute the point in r dash and r double dash before substituting the values of r dash and r double dash in the formula for finding radius of curvature, right? If a point is given. If a point is not given, directly you have to substitute the values of r dash and r double dash in the formula for finding radius of curvature. So what is the given curve here? We have to evaluate the radius of curvature for the curve r equals to a into 1 plus cos theta. This is the given curve. R equals to a into 1 plus cos theta is the given curve. We have to evaluate the radius of curvature for this curve at any point r comma theta, and hence we have to show that rho square by r, if we evaluate, where rho is, what is rho here? Rho is radius of curvature for this curve, right? When we evaluate rho square by r, that should be a constant. We have to show that also, right? So let us proceed towards the solution. So first we will write what is given. Given is r equals to a into 1 plus cos theta, right? This is the given curve. We need r dash and r double dash. So this implies differentiating this with respect to theta, what we get r dash equals to, so this can be written as a plus a into cos theta, right? R equals to a plus a into cos theta. I have taken a inside. Then r dash will be derivative of a with respect to theta is 0 plus a as it is, then derivative of cos theta. Derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta. Then r dash is given by 0 will be 0 minus a sin theta. This is r dash. Now similarly we have to find r double dash also, means the derivative of r dash. Minus a will be as it is, derivative of sin theta. Derivative of sin theta is cos theta. So we got already we are having what is r. R is given by a cos theta. What is r dash? R dash we got it to be minus a sin theta. Then what is r double dash? It is given by minus a cos theta. Now we have to substitute the values of r, r dash and r double dash in the formula. So before that we have to write down the formula. Now the radius of curvature, for the given curve is, for the given curve or for the polar curve, for the polar curve is, what is the formula? Rho equals to r square plus r dash square whole power 3 by 2 by r square plus 2 r dash square minus r double dash. This is the formula, right? We have to substitute all those values of r dash and r double dash. What is r? A plus a cos theta. So r is given by a plus a cos theta whole square, r square. Then plus r dash square. What is r dash? Minus a, see here, r dash is minus a sin theta. When you take the square of this, this minus will become plus, then a square into sin square theta. So a square into sin square theta. Power of this will be 3 by 2 as given in the formula. This will be divided by r square. R square is again a plus a cos theta whole square plus 2 r dash square, 2 into r dash square. R dash is minus a sin theta. So r dash square will be a square sin square theta. It will be 2a square sin square theta, right? Then minus r. R is a plus a cos theta into r double dash. R double dash is minus a cos theta. So this we have to simplify, right? So big expression we got. We have to simplify this. So this is equals to, or rho equals to, so what we'll get in the numerator, let us expand this. So this is in the form of a plus b whole square, a plus b whole square. So what we'll get? A square plus b square will be a square into cos square theta plus 2ab term will give you 2a square cos theta, right? Just let me give some gap here, it is becoming clumsy. So rho equals to, when we expand, what we'll get? A square plus a square cos square theta plus 2ab term will give you 2a square cos theta plus a square sin square theta as it is. Whole power 3 by 2 will be there. Then let us see the denominator. What will happen? Again a square plus a square cos square theta plus 2a square cos theta. This is the expansion of this first bracket term. Then next 2a square sin square theta, this minus and this minus will become plus. So plus what will happen? A square cos theta plus a square cos theta. See, I have multiplied this a with a cos theta, so I got a square cos theta. Then already this minus is multiplied with this, so it became plus. Then plus second term is a square cos square theta. A cos theta into a cos theta is a square cos square theta, right? We have to simplify this further. We have to simplify this, right? So what I am going to do is in the numerator you see this term and this term. So what we'll get, whatever I have marked, you see those terms. So rho equals to what we'll get in the numerator. Already see, you see here a square cos square theta is there, here a square sin square theta is there. When you take a square common, then what will remain? Sin square theta plus cos square theta will remain. That will give you 1. So a square we will get from these two terms, we will get a square. Already one a square is here. So 2a square plus what is remaining? This term is over, this term is over, this term is over, this term is remaining. So 2a square cos theta whole power 3 by 2. This will be divided with, you see this term a square cos square theta, and here I'll mark those two terms with similar color. You see this term and you see this term and this term, right? You see these two terms, a square cos square theta and here a square cos square theta. So 2a square cos square theta, and already here 2a square sin square theta is there. You see this term also, right? You observe these two terms marked with purple color, a square cos square theta, here a square cos square theta. That will give you 2a square cos square theta, and here 2a square sin square theta is there. When you take 2a square outside, sin square theta plus cos square theta we will get. So what will remain? 2a square will remain, and you observe this term also. So 2a square and one more a square is here. So total how many a squares will be there? 3a square, right? Whatever the terms are marked, already those terms are considered and simplified. Here once again I'll explain. A square cos square theta is there, here also a square cos square theta is there. That will give you 2a square cos square theta, and here already 2a square sin square theta is there. When you take 2a square outside, sin square theta plus cos square theta will become 1. So 2a square and this a square is there, that will make 3a square. What else is remaining here? 2a square cos theta and here a square cos theta. So 2 plus 1, 3 cos square, 3 what we'll get here? 3a square cos theta. This we will get here, right? So what we can do here is, you can take numerator, from the numerator you can take 2 outside. So what will remain? 2 power 3 by 2, here a square plus a square cos theta whole power 3 by 2, and in the denominator 3 you can take out. Then what will remain? Again same thing, a square plus a square cos theta will remain, right? Further simplification is possible here. 2 power 3 by 2 can be written as 2 root 2 by 3, then a square plus a square cos theta whole power 3 by 2 minus 1, because you see the numerator and denominators are same. First this 2 power 3 by 2 is written as 2 root 2 by 3, then a square plus a square cos theta power 3 by 2 and power 1 will be there. If you take this above, then that will become minus 1, right? So let us simplify this. What will happen? 2 root 2 by 3, what will remain here? A square plus a square cos theta, and the whole power of this will be 3 by 2 minus 1 is nothing but 1 by 2, right? Further simplification is possible. 2 root 2 by 2 root 2 by 3, a square can be taken out. When we take a square outside, power 1 by 2 will be there. So a power 2 whole power 1 by 2 is nothing but a only. So 2 root 2 into a by 3, what will remain? A square is taken outside, no? 1 plus cos theta will remain. 1 plus cos theta will remain. 1 plus cos theta whole power 1 by 2. This is further equals to 2 root 2 by 3 into a. What is 1 plus cos theta? Already 1 plus cos theta is given to be in the given question itself. You see this 1 plus cos theta. 1 plus cos theta is nothing but r. You take this a this side, so r by a. 1 plus cos theta equals to what we will get? R by a. So let us substitute that r by a here. What will happen? 1 plus cos theta equals to r by a, right? R by a whole power, what is there? 1 by 2 is there, right? 2 root 2 by 3 a as it is, then 1 plus cos theta is replaced with r by a, because from the given question r equals to a into 1 plus cos theta. So 1 plus cos theta will be r by a. R by a whole power 1 by 2, right? Then so what we can write is, therefore the radius of curvature rho equals to 2 root 2 into a by 3 into r by a power 1 by 2, or a little bit simplification is possible here. What we can do is, see, by 2 root 2 a by 3 as it is, then r power 1 by 2 is root r by root a. So this will be equals to, what we'll get here? 2 square root of 2 a r by 3, right? What I have done here is, see, this a by root a, when you simplify this a by root a, you will get root a in the numerator. A by root a will give you root a in the numerator. So 2 root 2 into root a into root r can be written as 2 into root of 2ar by 3 will remain, because this root a already got cancelled with a, right? So this is rho equals to 2 into square root of 2ar by 3 is the radius of curvature, right? So we got the radius of curvature to be 2 into square root of 2ar by 3, right? We got the radius of curvature. Further, what we have to show, you see the question once again. First, to find the radius of curvature at any point r comma theta on the chordioid r equals to a into 1 plus cos theta. We got the radius of curvature. We got the radius of curvature to be rho equals to 2 into square root of 2ar by 3. Further, we have to show that rho square by r is a constant. We got the value of rho. We have to show that rho square by r is a constant. Let us square that. So squaring on both sides of So what we'll get? Rho square equals to, right? Rho square equals to 2 square, and square root and square will get cancelled. So what will remain? 2ar by 9. 3 square is 9. So what will happen here? 2 to the 4 to the 8 a r by 9. So this implies rho square by r. What I am doing is, I am taking this r this side, I am taking this r this side. Then what will happen? Rho square by r is equals to 8a by 9. 8a by 9 is a constant, no? A is a constant. So 8a by 9 is a constant. So what we have to prove? Rho square by r is a constant. We have proved that rho square by r is a constant, right? So first we evaluated the value of rho, that is we got it to be 2 into square root of 2ar by 3. Then further we have to show that rho square by r is a constant. Because we need rho square, so we have taken square root on both sides of this. When we took square root of both sides of this, then we got rho square equals to here 2 square, and square root will get cancelled, then 2ar will remain, and 3 square is 9. So what will happen? 2 to the 4 into 2 is 8ar by 9. Because we need rho square by r, so we have taken this r this side, then we got rho square by r equals to 8a by 9, which is a constant, right? So we have calculated the radius of curvature as well as whatever was asked, that is show that rho square by r is a constant, that we have done here, right? So this is how we solve the problems related to radius of curvature for polar curve. Remember students, so far in the topic radius of curvature, we have covered 3 different types of radius of curvature. So including this lecture and the previous 2 lectures, we have covered total 3 topics, that is radius of curvature for Cartesian curve and radius of curvature for parametric curve, and in today's class radius of curvature for a polar curve. Once again I'll explain this problem because this problem is little bit confusing. See, the given curve is r equals to a into 1 plus cos theta. 1 plus cos theta, a into 1 plus cos theta I have written as a plus a into cos theta. Then I have evaluated the derivative of this. R dash equals to derivative of a is 0, a as it is, derivative of cos theta is minus sin theta. So what will remain? Minus a sin theta will remain. Then r double dash will be minus a as it is, sin theta derivative is cos theta. So we got r dash, r double dash. We have to substitute all these values in the radius of curvature formula, that is r square plus r dash square whole power 3 by 2 by r square plus 2r dash square minus r double dash. We have substituted all the values, r dash, here r dash, here r double dash. We got this. Then we have simplified this by using x plus a plus b whole square formula. We got these 3 terms, and this term is as it is. In the denominator also the same thing we have done. So a lot of simplifications are there. Once we simplify, we got it to be rho equals to 2 into square root of 2ar by 3, because this is the radius of curvature, because in the question it was asked that show that rho square by r is a constant. So that's why we have taken the square on both sides. Then we showed that rho square by r value is 8a by 9, which is a constant, right? This is how we solve the problems related to radius of curvature for polar curve. So in the next class we will see radius of curvature for at origin. The 4th topic in the radius of curvature is, already we have listed out 4 different topics in radius of curvature, that is Cartesian curve, parametric curve, polar curve, and radius of curvature at origin. That radius of curvature at origin we will cover in the next class. So I am going to end today's lecture here. Okay students, see you in the next class.